Welcome back to Hannity. Well, there's outrage brewing in Washington, D.C. The Office of Human Rights is now investigating whether or not the human rights of Muslim students are being violated at Catholic University. Why? Because one professor from George Washington University, John Beshaff, who is not affiliated with Catholic University, believes it is, well, too Catholic. He takes issues with crosses and Catholic symbols being hung in rooms and claims there is no space allotted for Muslims to worship without Christian symbols. Earlier today, the president of Catholic University issued a statement which reads in part, "The fact is that no Muslim student at Catholic University has protested or registered a complaint with the university about the exercise of religion on campus." And today we learned from an article in the Washington Post that Mr. Beshaff himself has not received any complaints from our Muslim students. Joining me now is the man stirring up this controversy, George Washington University law professor John Beshaff. Welcome to you, sir. And
well, thank you. But let me, if I can, I have to correct your introduction, because the complaint technically simply charges the president of Catholic University with discriminating on the basis of religion for refusing to recognize a Muslim student organization. Much of what you read was added to the complaint by way of allegations to show that he's not acting in good faith. I also quoted an NPR article suggesting that he lied about the reason, and most of what you read simply comes from a Washington Post article designed to show that what he's doing is not acting in good faith. But since you brought it up, what's wrong with asking Catholic University to set aside one tiny little room so that the 100 or so Muslim students who pray 5 times a day have a place where they can go? Not because it's legally required, but because it's a Christian thing to do.
Let me ask you about that. Catholic University currently has 122 Muslim students registered on campus. How many of those have complained? How many of those students do you currently represent?
Well, I notice you ducked the question, but the answer has to be, if you are a Muslim student at Catholic University, do you think you'd be filing too many formal complaints? Come on, let's be real. In most of the situations where I brought complaints, I have won, even though there were no complaints.
Professor, the Muslim students who have been interviewed in the Washington Post and elsewhere, they all say that they are perfectly happy at Catholic University. The university has not infringed on their rights to worship whatsoever. So my question to you is, what is really behind your lawsuit?
Right,
what is really behind? This is a private university that can do whatever it wants. Its students are perfectly happy. Not one of them has registered a complaint. And yet here you are freelancing a formal legal complaint. What's it really all about?
Well, let me tell you, if you be quiet for a minute, you'll learn a little bit about it. First of all, the complaint again has to do with the fact that, as the Washington Post reported, students, not because I asked them to, tried to form an association, and the school said, no, we won't let you do it. The only associations we permit are Catholic ones. Oh, and then, by the way, they actually have a Jewish one. Well, that is against the law.
Well, Professor, but the students,
please, if you don't interrupt,
who are being quoted,
I can give you an answer, Monica. My answer is that I bring discrimination lawsuits because of discrimination. I bring discrimination lawsuits because of discrimination. I've been doing it for 20 years.
Who is being discriminated against,
I've won hundreds of them. That's what I do.
Who is being discriminated against here?
And again, what's wrong with asking them to have one little room set aside?
Answer my question. Who exactly is being discriminated against here? They have an Arab Student Association group on campus. Nobody is stopping them from doing that. They have places on campus where they can worship. Nobody is stopping them from doing that.
No, there are no places where they can worship.
So who is the aggrieved party here?
The Muslim students who tried to form an association and were denied it. You should know that Arabs and Muslims are not exactly the same thing. They tried to form the association. They were told they couldn't. Every other Catholic school allows it. Other Catholic schools
is it the Muslim Student Association that wanted to form? Is that the group?
No, it was a Muslim. Get it straight. Muslim is not Arab. Arab is not Muslim.
Listen to me, Professor.
Let's get even.
Was it the Muslim Students Association, the MSA, that was trying to form on campus?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
that's exactly what the Washington Post says. Do you understand that the Muslim Student Association is associated with the Muslim Brotherhood in the United States? Do you understand that? I have no idea that that's true.
Let me ask you this. Are you working in...
But again, it is legally irrelevant.
No, it is not.
If you want to talk law, I'll be happy to talk law. If you want to interrupt all the time, you're never going to learn anything. You're not answering any of the questions. And your listeners won't find out what's going on. Again, the law says they can't discriminate. That's why I'm bringing the lawsuit. That's why I'm bringing a lawsuit.
Let me ask you this, Professor. Are you working in conjunction with the Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE, or any other group?
That's totally irrelevant. Why don't we talk about the legal issues? The legal issues are, can they discriminate? And the answer is no.
So you won't tell us whether or not you have been engaged by CARE or any other group that's associated or part of the Muslim Brotherhood? You won't answer that question.
You can read whatever you want off your poop sheet, but it's legally irrelevant. Why don't we talk about the issues? Is it legal?
This is
and
the
then
issue,
secondly,
sir.
is it Christian to deny them the right to associate, which the law guarantees?
They're not denied. They can
yes,
worship,
they are. That's
and
what the Washington Post said.
The Muslim students on campus say they're not denied.
No, they didn't say that. You will not find a single quote where they said that.
I have a quote right here from a student at Catholic University, Wayam al-Salmi. He was quoted as saying, the community here, meaning the Catholic community, is very respectful of other religions, and I feel free to openly practice it. Can you name one student, Professor? Name one by name.
He could find that he could form an association.
Name one student by name who feels aggrieved and is with you in this legal complaint.
Keep ducking the issue. The issue is, could they form the association?
Issue. You haven't answered a single question about.
I try to answer all your questions, even though they're legally
how you're
irrelevant.
Operating or who's gotten
they're
to you on
legally irrelevant, aren't they?
No,
why don't you answer my question?
You haven't answered a single relevant question.
What's wrong with giving them a little space?
All right,
Monica,
they have
what's
all
wrong
the
with
space
giving them a little
got.
space?
Oh, Professor.
What's wrong with giving them a little space? Answer one of my questions.
You have been talking in a circle the entire segment, and I thank you for your time, sir.
Well, thank you.
Don't go anywhere. The Great American Panel is next.